Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sonic Multiverse. Have you ever felt like just giving up? When those stages of grief show up and just drag all your enthusiasm down? Like as if you have to make hundreds of what-if videos without any thanks. Well, I wouldn't know that, but Eggman's gonna know that feeling in this episode, where we explore what would happen if Eggman gave up. During the closing moments of Sonic Adventure 2, it was revealed that Gerald Robotnik, the grandfather of Dr. Eggman, had hatched a plan to end all life on Earth as retribution for what happened to his granddaughter, Maria. Though the day had been saved by the brave actions of Sonic and the heroic sacrifice of Shadow, what Gerald tried to do didn't sit right with Eggman. He lamented to Tails. "When I was a child, I looked up to my grandfather for all the great things he did in his life. He was my hero. I wanted to be a great scientist like him. But did he really mean to destroy us? To destroy me?" Tails was taken aback by how vulnerable Eggman was. He wasn't quite sure how to respond. I don't know, but what I do know is we all did it together." The fox's nearly nonsensical remark didn't help the doctor's position, so without another word, he quietly walked away, heading back to his Eggmobile and flying back to Earth. As Eggman returned to his laboratory, he had a lot to think about. He felt an emptiness inside. The one member of his family who he admired, respected, and even loved from a distance, never once cared about him. Gerald had written so many things about Maria in his journals, but never even mentioned Ivo. Was I really that insignificant to him? Pah! What does he know? I'm Dr. Eggman, the greatest scientific genius in the world. In fact, I'm 10 times the scientist he was, and soon everyone across the globe will know it. In the months to follow, Eggman would open several projects, trying to prove to the world, and himself, just how significant he is. First, he began the process of upgrading Metal Sonic to make him far more adapted to any situation and willing to do whatever it takes to finish the mission. Then, he drew up hundreds of designs for aerial battleships, the Egg Fleet, as he calls it. And whilst construction on his new army began, one of his robots discovered, to his shock, the body of Shadow the Hedgehog. Eggman leaped at the opportunity. After all, how better to prove that he's superior to his grandfather than by recreating and mass-producing his greatest achievement? And as a precaution, and somewhat out of spite, Eggman designed an E-Series robot, Omega, to destroy Gerald's so-called ultimate life form if he ever tried to escape. For the first time since discovering what his grandfather truly thought of him, Eggman felt alive. Riding the high that he was on, he decided he might as well try and destroy that meddlesome hedgehog before his army is completed. But, to the shock of no one but Eggman, Sonic beat him. Easily. But it didn't matter to the doctor. After all, these were just minor setbacks. There was no way Sonic could defeat his greatest mech yet, the Super Egg Robot. But it was bested by the power of Super Sonic. Eggman felt discouraged. But no matter, he'll just try again. He'll just make sure to learn from these, setbacks. And then he'll finally be rid of Sonic and can prove to the world that Dr. Eggman is not irrelevant. But of course, Sonic beat him once again. Over and over and over again. Eggman felt more defeated than ever. He'd gone this far, he might as well try and defeat Sonic. But it was clear his heart wasn't in it. Even as he was piloting the Super Egg Robo X, he clearly didn't care anymore. It's over, Eggman. Prepare for a nerd defeat. Let's see if you can get through this, Sonic. Firing lasers. A series of laser blasts were shot out from the robot, but they didn't even come close to hitting Sonic. Sonic and Tails were both puzzled by this. Was that meant to do something, Doc? Oh, just you wait. This is your final hour, Hedgehog. The robot stepped forward before immediately stepping back. Curses, you dodged again. Now the pair of heroes knew something was up. Eggman, do you even want to do this? What does it matter? Just go ahead and destroy my robot and take the emeralds. We both know how this is going to end. Not knowing what else to really do, Sonic and Tails just walked over, took the Chaos Emeralds, and prepared to leave. Just take care of yourself, Eggman. And with that, the heroes left, not really knowing if this was a victory or not. Eggman walked back into his base, feeling more depressed than ever. What am I to do? I finished the egg fleet. What's the point? How about I try finishing up those shadow androids? Nah. Maybe I should check in on Omega. Pah. Eggman walked over to his main laboratory. Metal Sonic was almost complete, and, well, he always had a special bond with Metal. He was hoping maybe, just maybe, that would give him something to look forward to. Good afternoon, Metal. Neo Metal Sonic. Right, I'm sorry. Forgot the name change. You're very protective of that, aren't you? Of course I am, my master. It is the name I will bear as I destroy Sonic once and for all. Yeah, about that. I've been thinking, Neo Metal. Do you ever wonder, what's the point of all this? Negatory, my master. I was programmed to defeat Sonic no matter what, and to crush all that stand in my way. I suppose, but I'm not like that, Metal. I guess I lost the spark, the drive that kept me going. Maybe I should give up all this. What's the point of building an empire if I don't feel good about it? What's the point of destroying Sonic if there's no thrill behind it? My grandfather was right. I'm worthless. Metal Sonic stood there coldly. Lord Eggman, are you considering disbanding the Empire and ceasing all attempts to defeat Sonic? I don't know. Maybe I just need to. Eggman was suddenly interrupted as Neo Metal Sonic slapped Eggman to the ground. Eggman rolled over in pain, looking at his creation in the eyes. Metal, what are you doing? I am Neo Metal Sonic. I am Sonic the Hedgehog perfected. I will destroy my lonesome copy, and I will not let your weakness get in the way, Doctor. Neo Metal Sonic's form began to change, taking on the likeness of Dr. Eggman. I will take on your appearance and control the Empire, luring out the heroes so I may finally smite down my lonesome copy. You will stay out of my way, Doctor, or suffer the consequences. Neo Metal Sonic dragged Eggman to one of his own cells, locking him away. There were several busted robot parts in there. Eggman could probably build a communicator and call for help. But what would be the point? It's not like I have anything worth fighting for anyway. Maybe I should just let Metal do as he wishes. So Eggman just sat there, awaiting his fate.
From here, the events of Sonic Heroes play out more or less the same, with Neo Metal Sonic taking on the likeness of Dr. Eggman and luring out Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to try and steal their abilities. In addition, he kidnapped Chicola and Froggy to steal the power of perfect chaos, unwittingly bringing out the attention of Big, Cream, and Amy Rose. And of course, elsewhere, Rouge the Bat discovers Shadow the Hedgehog, and due to Eggman neglecting Omega, he decided to turn against the Empire and join the two anti-heroes to bring down the Doctor. The only difference in the hero campaign is that Team Chaotix wouldn't be involved, since Eggman didn't have the will to call for help. Eggman sat alone in his prison cell for 3 whole days, feeling completely and utterly worthless. So this is how the Robotnik legacy ends, rotting away in a jail cell. Just like Gerald. Before Eggman could continue his pity party, he suddenly heard something moving in the corner. In a pile of scrap emerged a beaten-up old Omochow unit. Its body was severely scratched up, one of its eyes had been removed, and half of its face was rusted. If I'm lucky, his voice box was removed too.
Hello, I am Omochow. How may I assist you?
Of course, just my luck. Can you just remain quiet and let me die in peace? I've suffered enough.
Would you care to elaborate?
I'd rather not. But I guess I have nothing better to do. Eggman took a deep breath. I admired my grandfather for my entire life, only to discover he never once cared about me.
So everything I did to try and live up to his example, all my struggles, all my achievements, all my breakthroughs, all for nothing.
Wow, and I thought being ripped apart by Chow at a tournament was awful. But you really did suffer.
I don't need your sympathy. What I need is for you to shut up.
So, the Omochow did.
Well, I guess you can talk a little.
Well, Doctor, since you cannot make him proud of you anymore, have you ever considered doing something that makes you proud of yourself?
Like what exactly?
Well, several studies have shown that helping others can lead to long-term satisfaction with oneself.
Pah! Don't give me that crap. No one's ever cared for me. Why should I care for them?
Come on, Doctor. There had to be at least one time in your life you wanted to help others.
Not once. Well, I guess I considered being a teacher. But that was the old me.
Well, maybe it's time to bring back the old days then, Doctor. You'd be surprised how much helping others can improve your mental state. You could.
With one last glitch, the Omochow's rotten circuit boards finally died.
Thank you.
Before Eggman could say anything else,
the doors to the cell were blown off their hinges by Omega's grappling gun. Dr. Eggman located. Annihilate!
Hold up, Sugar. First, Eggman needs to tell me where his treasure is. Then you can destroy him. Rouge flew down into the room, with Shadow the Hedgehog skating up alongside her.
Dr. Eggman, you have a lot to answer for. Hold up, I can explain everything.
But before the doctor could even begin to speak, a loud booming noise came from outside of the cell.
What the hell was that?
Probably nothing good. Come on, boys, let's check it out.
Not until I have destroyed Dr. Eggman. He will pay for leaving me in that room.
Eggman paused for but a moment before blurting out,
I think I can be of assistance.
Fine, whatever, just keep up. Omega, stand down. Omega begrudgingly complied. Outside, a massive mechanical kaiju looked down on a group of heroes. Though his shape was unusual, Eggman knew exactly who this was.
Metal Sonic has finally transformed. That's Metal Sonic?
The real Sonic, along with several other heroes, looked to Eggman for answers.
Before he betrayed me, I'd upgraded Metal so that he could copy the abilities of others. It appears that he's taken all of your life data and combined it with the power of chaos. And why are you here, Eggman? You here to gloat? No, I'm here to help you stop him. My mechs may not last long against him, but I can at least slow him down so you can use your superpowers. I assume you still have the emeralds from our last encounter, Sonic. You know it, Doc. Come on, guys, let's show him the real superpower of teamwork.
The final events of Sonic Heroes play out similarly to how they did in the original game, but Eggman assists them, piloting the Super Egg Robo X, the mech that wasn't destroyed in this version of Sonic Advance 2. Though the mech was both dwarfed in terms of power and scale, he was able to delay Neo Metal Sonic just long enough for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to enter their super forms and finish him off once and for all. Upon Metal Sonic's defeat, he returned to his base form.
I do not understand, Doctor. Why? Why would you assist him? I don't know, Metal. All I know is you had to be stopped.
With that, the Doctor marched over to his creation, powering down Metal Sonic.
I'll make sure he's safely stowed away.
Sonic smiled at his old nemesis. Didn't do half bad, Doc. Thanks, Sonic.
I hate to admit it, but I think that Omo-Chow was right. Helping others can be nice. Once in a while. Not sure what's next for me, though. I have no interest in expanding my empire.
Well, Doc, was there ever anything you wanted to do before you became a world-conquering villain?
Not really. Well, there was one thing.
Weeks passed, and not a word was heard from Dr. Eggman. No animals were being kidnapped. No badniks were attacking. It was as if the Doctor had just fallen off the face of the earth. But elsewhere, at Spagonia University, a mysterious, rotund man waltzed into a classroom.
Greetings, young engineers of the future. I've come to make an announcement. My name is Dr. Ovi Kintnabor, and I will be your new teacher for the trimester. Now, let's get started.
And this is where we end this What If. For right now? Honestly, I could go either way. I think this is a nice ending to the What If. It gives Eggman a real happy ending. But we could totally continue this. After all, there's still plenty of events that would happen in this timeline, even without Eggman. Black arms. But anyway, let me know if you guys want to see that. Anyway, I'm Comic Fan 13, and I hope you have a good day.